What's up, everybody? Welcome to Weekend Hangover.
Welcome. We have the German GP.
Jesus
We need
Christ.
to get the Ramstein in here. Du
Okay.
hast.
Yeah,
Du
dude.
hast nicht.
I don't know about all that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
dude.
Talk about ripping Mr. Coda Man. Holy
yeah,
cow.
Dude. Yeah, the Coda boys, we went last weekend, and myself and Chili from Trackdaz, and then I loaned my Trackdaz trailer to this crew of friends of mine. And there was about eight of us total at Coda. We got to ride all weekend with the Ride Smart guys. And man, that place it was tough. I talked to a friend of mine about it, and man, I tell you what, like it was hard, dude. I was like, which hill am I on? I don't even know. Like, oh my God, like oh shit, I still need to be on. Oh, this is a really long straightaway. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let it run out. You run out 6th gear like pin, dude.
Oh, dude, it was
though.
nuts. It was nuts. And our group, we kind of got going. We took our time, we got going, but unfortunately, a couple of our guys ended up in the crash truck. So thankfully, not myself or Chili. So yay, Trackdays on that one, right? But yeah, it was a good time, man. It was super good time. I mean, those guys, they run a tight ship over there. I mean, the Ride Smart guys, they're pretty switched on. So
no Caleb sighting?
No, I don't know what Caleb was doing, but he wasn't there. So we ended up with this dude named Tony Miller. He's like, I met Tony last year when I was with the race team at that dealership, Yamaha dealership in Austin. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it was like Ride Now or something.
Nice.
So that dude comes right up.
Oh, there he is, Anthony Miller, right there.
Who? Oh, look at that. Yeah, shit, it's that guy. Yeah,
that guy,
Anthony Miller. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so that dude hung out with us, and we gave him some shit, and he gave us shit back, and it was rad. So
that's awesome.
Good times.
Yeah, my lame ass was painting a deck all weekend because we got to get this house ready to sell. So
yeah,
I got less than a month to go before we put the sucker on, and then writing is in my near future. So
sorry to I guess you could say flex on you again.
Dude, you're good. I live vicariously through you because you have all these awesome exploits. Next year, we are gonna do a road show for sure together.
Oh, dude, we got to do a weekend hangover show somewhere. Yes. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We got to get it.
We got to plan on that. Yeah.
Paint the fence.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my wife and Chili both were disappointed that you didn't use a Karate Kid reference in that Paint the Fence video.
I know. Technically, it wasn't a fence, but hey.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a track day coming up. Track days at Laguna Seca, 105 decibels, so we could make some fucking noise.
Yes.
So
piss off the neighbors.
Yes, especially those neighbors, if you know what I'm saying. Highway 68 coalition nerds.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys. I mean, the one guy. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Dude,
so yeah, if you haven't signed up for Laguna, you gotta get signed up, man. You're missing out if you're not in. Anyway. So we watch
German GP.
Dude, lots of shit going on, man.
Crazy
like
stuff.
Full contact racing. And
I do have a little blurb from my little homie. My little homie, Julia Correa.
Oh shit, yeah. Chris Simcoe's probably stoked.
Yeah. So Julian from South Florida, his dad Mike runs the South Florida Mini GP. He's out racing a British Talent Cup. All right.
Oh,
so
wow.
He's out there trying to make his way into Moto3.
Yeah.
And he's doing really well. So they're at Snetterton this year weekend. So this is from him. This race week was up in the air until Wednesday night when he found out Probate hadn't released the team bike. So the team owner passed away, unbeknownst to anybody. Really sucks. The team owner just suddenly passed away. So he's having to deal with that while he's living over there for the summer. So quite a bit of some drama. So the team bikes and equipment, thankfully my dad and the rest of the dads, with some help, managed to find us bikes. So they had to go find bikes and to use to get on track. Wilson Racing put a spare bike together for me to use, and I am eternally grateful to them. There were some issues, but everyone came together and gave me a good working machine to race. By the time the races came around, I finished P6 in race 1 and P3 in race 2. So kid got it on the box on a spare parts bike. That's pretty sick. Yeah,
that's crazy.
He's currently 3rd in the championship. Looking forward to claw back and fight for the lead in the upcoming races. Also hoping to have my bikes back if probate can get them scored away as well. So bikes are locked up in a garage somewhere, having to go through legal probate to get the bikes released. So couldn't have done it without my team, partners, and sponsors. Looking forward to the next round. So,
hey, so Bobby Skolton just posted up that I should have wore the Coda Boys t-shirt. Like Bob made these really cool t-shirts for all of us dipshits at Coda, gosh. And it was super fun. And sorry, Bob, it's in the wash, man. Like, what are you gonna do? I slept all day yesterday. Shut up.
He had to wear his internet shirt.
Yeah, so I had to wear my, we watched GP. We're going to talk about GP, so I'm wearing some GP shirts.
Speaking of, I got my weekend hangover
shirt. Holy shit, you got a weekend hangover shirt.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, who the hell is that?
Who's this guy?
Who is this guy right here? I wonder if he's got us on mute. I don't know. No, look, it's another Bobby.
It's another Bobby.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Hans Bricks.
Oh, hello.
Bobby Fong, what's going on, buddy?
Speaking of Superbike Championship points leader.
Thanks for having me.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it's been a wild one, man. It's been good. We're only leading by 1 point, but hell, man, we have plenty of races to go. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep it. We'll try to keep it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I talked to you. I talked to you after the last race, right? And you were like, "Yeah, dude, it's gonna be basically a knife fight all the way to the end, right? Nobody's gonna get away this year."
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna get away. It's the competition's pretty tight. It's pretty locked down, and it's everybody's going good, man. I mean, I know there's some riders with some injuries, but I don't think injuries or not. I think the competition's pretty high, and but we want everybody healthy. You know what I mean? We want to race against everybody healthy and at their best. So yeah, it's been cool. It's been a good run, and we're just gonna try to keep going, man.
That's awesome.
It's been so awesome seeing Robbie being up there working with you, and dude, I got that bike on rails, man. All those tight corners dude, it's amazing to see that bike just carve the way it should be, and just sticking it up underneath all those fools. It's been awesome.
No, it's the thing's handling good. I mean, the team's done a good job. You know what I mean? It's going good, but the bike is handling great. The electronics are good, but it's my riding style why I'm tight like that. Really, I do that on the bagger too. Everything I ride, I'm that tight. Everybody always says like, "Oh man, we had that bike. That bike is turning on a dime and everything," which it is. It is great, but I think a lot of it's my riding style. Like I said, on the bagger, I do the same thing plus some. It's kind of everything I ride. It's just how I apply stuff on the bike. But like I said, the team's doing so good. You basically provided me a bike, or I could do that. You know what I mean? So it's no complaints over here. I'm stoked. Like I said, everybody's been working so damn hard every weekend. Everybody's working hard. Everybody's trying to step up their game, and these guys are second to none for sure.
Well, is this the first time you've led the Superbike Championship in your career?
Yeah. For the Superbike stuff, yeah. It's, I told myself like after, when did I tell myself? The Ridge. We're at the Ridge, and going into the Ridge with the points lead, I'm like, I'm not going to worry about the points, and I'm not going to worry about it. I didn't imagine myself at this position anyways. And then when we lost the points lead on Saturday, I'm just like, fuck, man, like, not upset with anybody. I'm just like, damn it. Like, I told myself I wasn't going to worry about these points or get upset with it. But then, like, when I lost it, I'm like, fuck, well, got to get it back now, So, but I still am not really worried about it. Yes, you want to have the points lead, but I didn't even imagine myself even getting a win this year or even being in the championship points. Like, my whole goal was just to just get on a few podiums and just be in the fight, in the weekend, be in the top 5 fight. Now we're sitting here. So it is definitely sweet, but there's a lot of racing to go. But there's some tracks where I'm pretty good at. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome, man. So headed to your favorite place this weekend. Oh, wait, what?
I
The
fucking
track's
hate
way
that
too
place.
nice for you. You like
Yeah,
shitty, bumpy, fucked up tracks.
yeah. Give me to Lakota or Mid Ohio. But no, I mean, Laguna's fine. It's a world class track. I've never personally got along with it. Just had a lot of bad luck. But again, I won some races there too, so got pole positions there. And I don't think we have a weak track anymore. I thought I did. Going into the season, I thought for sure I'd struggle at Barber. I thought for sure I'd struggle at Road Atlanta, but we've done well at both of those. So it's just kind of a going into the weekend with low stress and just trying to be smooth.
Well, I saw you in all the tests, and every day of the test, like you would throw down some just insane time towards the end of the day, and we're like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, has it just been like that? Like, has it just been like butter for you to just step up every time, or like, how's it work?
Honestly, my main it hasn't been butter. We've been, like I said, the teams, they're giving me a good bike, and I know every rider kind of says this, but I mean it is true, and it's nice because like when we go to the races, like it's not much different than how we ended the last race at. You know what I mean? Like the bike is basically nearly the same in this little window we're working in, and it's working everywhere, which is nice because then I could just work on my riding. You know, there's some places where like, oh, we need some like different electronic settings and all that stuff, but it's nothing crucial, which then I'm so used to playing catch up on each weekend, no matter what I'm riding. It's like I go in like after FP1, I'm like, shit, man, this is nice. I could just work on myself, and just fine tune the bike, which has been key since the off season. Like one of the tests at, I think it was like the first test at, was it Podium Club? We went around the world, everything. We tried everything on the bike for 2 days, like just everything went off the wall. And we found this little window, and we just been staying in it all year, and it's been nice.
That's awesome. And I bet the environment at Aussie Dave's and Wrench is a lot different than what you've had in the past. So it just seems like you guys are all just having a great time. Very low stress environment. Everybody's there to pitch in to help, and it just seems like a real big family, which I know makes a huge difference of where you're at.
Yeah, no, it is. There's a lot of things. Everything's kind of aligned right now, and like I said, it's a super mellow atmosphere, and there is no pressure on us. You know what I mean? Like, people don't expect us to win the championship or have race wins, anyways. We're the underdogs. Like, I don't have that factory pressure behind me. Like I said, we don't have to win. People don't expect it, so it is nice. But even if we did have more pressure, the environment's cool where everything is just steady. Like everybody's just so calm. I mean, it's always so quiet under my pits because Nick Sealing, Dave, Robbie, they really don't talk. Everybody's so soft spoken, so it's just it's so quiet. It's nice. Yeah.
So how is working with Dave? Because that dude, he's always hilarious to me. Like that guy, the shit that comes out of Dave's mouth is just like you can't not laugh, right?
He's so quiet, but then when every once in a while he just start chirping away, and it's like, oh, you're a funny guy, and it's always an accomplishment to get him to smile, But I've known Dave for a while, and he's always been super quiet and stuff. But I mean, when he gets going, he goes.
Yeah.
So I asked you this before. What's your plans for the weekend, bro?
I just have to win, man. That's just the goal.
Dude,
now.
We can get into that after in the Laguna preview section. We need to get
we're not in the
MotoGP
preview section yet.
No, we're not. We want to end on the preview because we want to end on Bobby.
Shit, okay.
About to lay down
I
the
guess we're
hammer
pausing
on
the preview, but we know that Bobby's got to win the thing. Okay, cool.
Exactly. So let's get into the German GP. I think the biggest thing is we got to talk. I think we should get into some Moto3. I know that, Dustin, you are an avid Moto3 watcher.
Dude, I actually did watch it this week just because I knew for whatever reason, because I didn't want to like tell Bobby to watch all the races and then not watch them all myself. Yeah.
Why don't you take us through some Moto3 action and hit the highlights and the stories that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, obviously the storyline is that Alonso dude, right? I mean, pretty much that guy is just above everybody else. Lots of full contact stuff. One of the dudes actually crashed out of the lead and picked the thing up and was like doing the same pace as the leaders all by himself. So that's Moto3 in a nutshell.
Yeah, there's always one big standout. There's always one big
Yeah.
standout in Moto3, whether it's
Right.
Pedro Acosta or somebody else, but there's always one big standout, and you know that kid's going to do something special. And then the rest is like, there's always some stragglers back there, but they tend to, when they make the jump to Moto2, they start crushing it.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about Moto3 is that these guys are, you know, the top, there's like 8 dudes like within a second, and they are all, you know, nose to tail all the way into the corner at the end of the straight, and they just fan out like 5 wide going into the corner on the brakes. And you know, like you could be the guy in the lead and be 10th coming out. It's crazy.
Just swapping. It's like Junior Cup, man. It's just like they're all going 5 wide into a turn. You're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
We can move on to Moto2.
How about
Joe?
Bobby? What do you think of Moto3? What was your take?
You know, I don't watch Moto3 too much anymore, just because like there's so many young guys. Like I just don't know their names. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not a big fan on watching racing where the draft matters so much. I'm just not a big fan of that. Like that. They're awesome racers. No, I'm not taking anything away from anybody. Like they're fucking phenomenal. But I just don't like where the fastest guy usually doesn't win sometimes. You know what I mean? Unless you're the one standout guy, your leaps and bounds better. Like I just don't like
Alonso.
Alonso is like doing great. Like I just don't like on how you could be one of the fastest guys and you could be leading on the last lap, and if you're not right position in the draft, you could be 8th or 10th or whatever it is. I'm not a fan of that. It's like a Daytona race each weekend. I'm just not a big fan of it, so I don't really watch it too much. Great racing though. Nothing against those guys. I'm not a big fan of it. Moto2, MotoGP is, you know, definitely more realistic for me at least. But yeah, Moto2 has been great. Yeah, I was hoping to see Joe. You know, he did good qualifying. He was qualifying good. He got into Q2 and all that stuff. And like I said, I want our American to be up there in the fight. So, and he's been riding so good this off season at Chuckwalla. Like I've seen him at Chuckwalla on his R1 just ripping, and it seems like he's been in a good place. So hopefully he bounces back this next round and you know, gets back up front.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It must be hard to race with a busted wing, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what type of drugs they're giving him over there. I don't know what they're dosing him up with and stuff like that. So I don't know the regulations over there. And yeah, I know it must be tough. I mean, it's racing with any type of injury or sickness or whatever is hard enough alone. And then, you know, you're racing against everybody in top 20s within, you know, 1 second. It has to be tough, especially long races, you know, long races, a lot of laps around that little place.
Yeah, it was 25 laps, dude, and then agonizing laps. I know SDK said that those Moto2 bikes are really hard to ride, especially when you're struggling physically. So I know that Joe's heroic effort to go from 11th to 8th was pretty solid because he had to fight quite a few good dudes.
Yeah.
Good dudes.
No, he's been.
I mean, there's a good dude that's kind of in the way back all season, kind of, right? Like Tony
Arbolino?
Well, Arbolino, Dixon, Aaron Canet. It's not his year either. Like, I mean, Aaron Canet's a dude that used to be one of those guys that would just check out of shit, right? Now he's like an All-Sto ran or whatever.
Yeah, it's just so close. You just never know. You know what I mean? Like, as any team, you know, championship, there's a lot that goes into it. So you never know what they're dealing with behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't lose talent. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't lose what they had. They could be struggling with something where the team can't figure something out. So, like,
yeah,
definitely don't count them out. But they could be dealing something behind the scenes like that nobody knows, and everybody's like, "Oh man, that dude's shit now." You know, he's nothing. He lost it. But it could just be something so small where, you know, where the team just hasn't figured it out for him. So
Well, I know Dixon swapped to WP suspension at this year. So they've been trying to figure that bike out with the WP and the Cal-X combination. So he has not found his window, and it looked like he finally found it for the Sachsenring. So he's looking pretty strong when it gets to Silverstone.
Yeah.
I think he's
So
looking forward to home track.
I mean, those guys were murdering though. Like, I mean, in the beginning, it was like, what was it, Arbolino and Aldeguer? They were just murdering, and then I don't know. Do you guys think that Arbolino like burned up his tire? Because it sure looked like it. I think tried to high side him.
Vietti. You know who burned up their tire was Vietti. I really dig. I'm a Vietti fan, and like watching that dude at the end of the race, like sliding, like he was trying to hold on for that podium. He fought so hard, but how much he was crossed up at the end of that race was gnarly. But yeah, Arbolino seemed like Vietti, like that whole group. It kind of just seemed like their tire just went to shit, and they just went back. Yeah. So.
Yeah, all the calyxes dropped off.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
See, like, I'm glad that Ricky-Bobby pays attention to that shit because I have no idea what he's talking about.
You know what I don't like?
WP
you know
suspension.
What I don't like? I don't like on how the commentators or fans, it like for example, like you know how they're on the Boscoscuro frames and the Suter frames and all this stuff. They never give compliments to the riders. I'm like, hey man, that rider's doing good. What use tires? It's always like, hey man, that Boscoscuro, man, it really holds the tires right. Like man, that's why he's doing so good. That Boscoscuro or whatever whatever they say. It's like, how about the rider? Maybe the rider is doing something different. It's like, hey, why the Suter's back? Maybe it's not the Suiters. Maybe it's the rider. You know what I mean? It's vice versa. Like I give the credit to the rider for being up front. Maybe he's doing something different.
Is this the part where Fonger goes into the "get off my lawn" rant?
No. It's like, I don't know. It drives me crazy. Like, give some credit to the rider. You know what I mean? Like, it's maybe not all the bike. So, yeah.
Well, I know that the frame has been a big deal over the years.
Yeah.
Like everybody was on the Calyx because they just had that thing right. Like they have that thing dialed, and whatever setup they have, everybody can pretty much get in that window pretty quickly, and that bike's gone. And the speed up Boscoscuro, that bike struggled, but Fabio managed to get that bike working really well at Catalunya, and he was able to win that race. And everybody was like, "What the hell?" But that bike had never done well, and then now finally they found their window, and we can hear you. Oh, you can't? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear your. I'm gonna.
There you go. Sorry.
Oh, you can hear us now.
I missed everything. Sorry, I missed everything you just said.
Oh, it's all good, man.
We're just talking nonsense about different chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit. I have no idea. Like, honestly, I have no idea about frames or anything like that. I'm just like, you just never know, but the frames, I know that it's been a big deal over there. So
yeah, they've turned the corner. The Boscoscuro's turned the corner, and that's why those three dudes, like Sergio Garcia, came out of nowhere.
Ricky, I can't hear you.
He can't.
Really? Oh wow, Ricky-Bobby.
I could hear you.
Yeah,
now.
so Ricky-Bobby's microphone's trash. Maybe
turn Can you hear me?
Turn your shower head back on, bro. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me through the mic?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. I'll talk
end.
into the mic. No, not on his end.
Oh, you really? Bobby, you still can't hear nothing?
No.
I can hear you. Yeah.
You can hear me, but not him.
Not me.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Ricky-Bobby filter.
No, I'm kidding.
That's a Ricky-Bobby filter.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, like what you just said, it's kind of like a lot of fans and commentators talking about your success and like blaming your swing arm. Right? Like, oh man,
hey man,
Bobby's doing so great on that new swing arm that Nick Seilig made. Right?
Honestly, the swing arm's great. No, it is. Like everything is phenomenal, and it is it is the bike too. But maybe it's how I'm applying it too. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I know in other championships, like they always blame, like, oh yeah, the dude's doing good because he's on a Ducati or whatever. It's like maybe give some credit to the rider sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to get to see next year on all that stuff because the musical chairs in MotoGP has gone crazy this season, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, Ricky-Bobby, are you down to talk now? Or
I am. I'm just worried because it sucks.
If he can't hear you, I'll repeat what you said.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, it's so wild.
Yeah. That's this show, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the only other thing I got going on is Fermin came out of nowhere. He was kind of on the struggle bus for a while, and now he's kind of at the front again. So, was it the contract stress that put him under and making it hard for him to get things going? But now all that's kind of over with.
And what was that guy's name again?
Fermin Aldeguer.
Fermin Aldeguer. Yeah. So Aldeguer came out of nowhere, whatever, right? And he was killing it this weekend. But Bobby's thinking that it was Ricky-Bobby's thinking that it was contract pressure that got to him
because of the Ducati.
Because of the
he's on
Ducati.
the
Like,
Ducati.
what do you think of that, dude? Do you think contract pressure, Bobby? Do you think contract pressure is the reason why Aldeguer was struggling all season?
Because he had so much to prove.
Did
at the
he
very
sign
beginning.
the contract already though? So I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I know he signed the deal. To my knowledge, I think he signed the contract, which is so wild to me. Again, like how the Euro side works is so wild to me. Like you can do good like the first 2 rounds and like boom, MotoGP contracts. Like dude, you have more than half the season to go. How do you know he's ready for a GP bike?
Right.
It's just so crazy to me how it works. But I don't know. I don't think the pressure from the contract really got to him because, like I said, if you didn't sign it, like if it was like one of the cases where it's like, well, if you do this, you're in the possibility, you're in the running to get this ride. But he got the ride already. So I don't know. Maybe it could just be, he wants to prove that he was worthy of the ride. I'm not really sure, but I think that could be the case.
Yeah.
Our friend Ryan and Horsepower
But the dude's
Rodeo
ripping. Yeah.
Brought up a good point about the tires. Switching to Pirelli is the first year in the Pirelli. So
Yeah. And just a heads up, that Tony Miller guy from Ride Smart, he says he wants to ask Bobby a question. He talking about the frames. He wants to know like how much different your frame is versus Richard's frame. And do you feel a big difference with the changes that you've made with the swing arm?
The frame is a stock frame, basically the same frame that, to my knowledge, that TAC has. I mean, I think you could brace it. I'm not really sure or not, but we're just on the stock frame. And the swing arm, so we changed it in the morning for Sunday morning warm-up. And it was weird because I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any difference. I really couldn't feel any difference. But when I came in from the session, it was a little cold. The track was a little green. And my tire was absolute shit. Like it looked like a Q tire after like 10 laps on it. I know everybody's tire was kind of worn down, but during the practice start area, I could see Campy's tire, I could see Bovier's tire. Like it looked shag, but nothing near what mine looked like. So when I came, but I was still doing competitive times at the end of practice. So when I came into the pits, I'm like, man, my tire looks absolute shit. But I didn't feel it. So I'm like, okay, there's 2 ways to look at it. In my mind, I'm like, there's 2 ways to look at it. Did the swing arm make my tire wear way worse? I don't know. Maybe not. Or did I have so much grip that it did that? Or basically, did I not feel it because of the new swing arm? Because how it looked, I should be 2 seconds slower. What I was doing on the track. So I'm like, I was going around the world with the team. I'm like, I don't know whether we should run it or not. Like, what if we run into the race? And I'm like, fuck it, let's run it. So, and it was good, but I still can't give a positive, it wasn't a good back-to-back. It wasn't a good back-to-back because every day was something different. Every day we tried something different with the bike. So it wasn't a true valid back-to-back, but we ran it and it worked good. I don't know what the team's game plan is this weekend, if we're going to basically try a good back-to-back comparison or not, or just keep it and just work on little stuff. I'm not really sure. But as of right now, we're going to still run it.
Right on, man. So you show up on the weekend ready to win?
That's the goal. I mean, now it's like I got to win now. I mean, the points are so tight. I mean, everybody's trying to win.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like if you want to win this championship, it's going to take some more race wins. You know, and that's the goal, man. I think we can do it. I know we can do it. So I mean, just try to go out and win.
Wow. So we didn't talk about GP yet.
Yeah.
Ricky-Bobby, I could see your wheels spinning because Fogger can't hear anything you're saying. He's got his Ricky-Bobby filter on.
It's devastating. I know.
Yeah, GP, man. Pecco checking out.
Yeah.
Is this a sign of things to come? Is
Yeah.
he just going to start storming to the finish line with at the end of the season and just destroy everybody?
Yeah. So, Bobby, I guess you can't hear Ricky, so I got to repeat him.
Yeah.
So sorry. I have no idea.
This is
why,
so awesome.
but, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think that this is the Pecco's starting? Is this like the beginning? Is he just getting warmed up? You know, like he's won
Man,
what, 4
in a row.
Yeah, he obviously he's having a great season. He's just comfortable, man. It just looks like he's comfortable. You know what I mean? Like it's he could wake it up when he wants to, and he just gets in this zone when he's racing, and it's phenomenal to watch. Like he gets in this like zone, like during the not the sprint races so much, but like the main races, you could just see like him just hitting his marks, it's just like a rhythm, just knock him off, and it doesn't seem like many people are doing that right now without making mistakes. So I think he's just comfortable, man. He's won with his bike and stuff like that. So I think obviously he's going to be tough to beat. Obviously Martin has outright speed, but it just seems like he's making little mistakes here and there. And no, I think Pecco is obviously the favorite. Obviously he's the number one guy.
Yeah, he's got a big old number 1 plate on the front of that thing for a reason.
There for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
There for a reason.
What do you think the rest of the storylines were? Because just like the Moto2 race, there's a couple guys there. One of them would like this show is kind of shit on one of them before. Michael Hill was all butthurt about that, but yeah, like Morbidelli, like that dude's been trash for years, and then all of a sudden he comes out and he's like kind of in the front for a little bit.
Man, I'm a Morbidelli fan. I like Morbidelli. The dude, I feel like he needs a break. I would love to see him on the podium. For whatever reason, he hasn't been there. Like I said, it could be something behind the scenes we just don't know. But I'm a more Morbidelli fan. I know, like, again, I've never ridden a GP bike. I'm just giving my 2 cents. I know he went hard off the bat, and I don't know about saving tires. I don't know about that. I don't even know what that means. But supposedly the commentator's saying, well, he just burned up his tire. And then you could tell at the end of the race, like his tire was cooked, or he couldn't manage it, or whatever it is. If they can't manage it, or they rode too hard in the beginning, I have no idea. But whatever it was, he didn't have the pace in the end, which is unfortunate, because it would have been cool to see him at least run with his teammate longer. I want to see him beat Martin. Like, that's what I really want to see. Like, him beat his teammate. So
that would be something.
Yeah. So
yeah. So we were talking offline a little bit about the tire pressure rules and that kind of stuff. What do you think of that stuff?
I mean, it's all foo-foo to me, really. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know. Like that, you listen to the commentators. I don't know how much of it's true. Like, it makes a lot of sense, and I'm not talking about it like in a negative way, but like when I hear like, oh man, that dude crashed because just a cold tire. Yep. He came. It was a lap and a half in. It's like, dude, what do you mean his tires aren't up to 10? It's on tire warmers for like an hour and a half before you go ride. How is it cool? You know, like when you hear about this tire pressure thing, or like, oh yeah, the dude crashed because his tire was 1% higher, or because he was behind this guy in the draft for 2 seconds too long. Like, I have no fucking idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just go ride a motorcycle. There's so much that goes into it that I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of frustrating because, like, honestly, it seems like the riders have to worry about a lot more than just riding. Like, there's a lot more into it because it's just different in the US, which is kind of frustrating. But that's what all these things kind of play.
So, Buy a Jet from Steve Maines says the tire pressure rule is crap. We believe it's the thing causing crashes. I guess that could be because some teams are setting their tire pressures too low to follow somebody because they know they're going to get a pressure rise, while other teams are setting it to lead. Shouldn't everybody just set it to lead and then work from there?
Well, because the overpressure causes the front end.
It's so wild to me, like some of that stuff.
Yeah, like I mean, I know that. I mean, Richard monitors tire pressure data, and I'm sure that your guys do as well. I guess that sounds like something that's not part of the discussion that you're having with them, with your team.
No, like trust me, it is a big factor. Like whether your tire pressures change, for sure. Like I'm not saying it's not, but like
Yeah,
when the commentators say, yeah, he crashed because he was behind this guy for too long, like what the fuck does that mean? Like he was just, oh, his tire pressures got too hot. I'm like, I don't hear of anybody in America talk about that. I don't think Richard does either.
yeah,
Like we
Well,
just go out
because
to race and we do the best we can, and whatever
Yeah.
happens. We're not blaming tire pressures why we crashed.
so
It's like every
the big
time somebody
thing,
crashes, like it seems like they want to blame something on the bike why they crashed, or it's like, man, maybe the rider just went in too hot.
wow.
So,
the big thing is
crazy.
the aero is causing the tire pressure to increase because of all the dirty air. So if you follow too close, you have all that air come in, and it's just heating up the tire. Bobby's seeing me do this.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, he's saying that science bullshit about the tires. So that's my translation of
no.
all
You
the crap that
just say that.
Ricky-Bobby just said.
Say that aerodynamics are causing problems. Get rid of the arrow is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Talk
taking away all the aero transformer shit.
Yes.
Yeah, science. Whatever, man. What else do you think was storylines other than Jorge Martin throwing it away and Pecco being a badass? Like those two guys I was talking about earlier. Obviously, Morbidelli's one of them, but then also Miguel Oliveira. Like that dude hasn't been anywhere, and all of a sudden he's like kind of in the front.
Yeah, I'm an Oliveira fan too. I mean, it was cool to see him qualify so good. Like I said, I don't know what's the key to success in MotoGP, but it seems like once the race goes on, then the long races, it just seems like obviously the cream always rises to the top. Martin and Bagnaia, it just seems like they have that something figured out from 3/4 of the race on. So if those guys figure it out, it'd be cool because it'd be a little bit better race at the end, But I mean, at least from the beginning of the race to halfway lately, it's like you have a lot of guys up front, and then obviously it separates at the end. But hopefully they figure out that late race pace stuff, and we see him up there because he seems I don't know any of these guys personally. I'm just some spode on the sidelines, just a fan watching. Just kind of relate to. I could relate to some stuff, but not all of it. But from interviews, I mean, I'm more of a fan of some riders than others. But
yeah,
like I said, I don't know any of these guys personally, other than Joe Roberts. So
right. Well, like I said before the show, there was somebody suggesting that the show's gonna is gonna beat up Marc Marquez. And my response to that is Morbidelli did a pretty good job beating up Marquez over the weekend. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whose fault that was, but that was a close one, huh?
Yeah, like it. I mean, it was Morbidelli ran wide and then tried to cut back to the apex. Looked like to me,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just that racing line. You kind of comes into one there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chunky Buns wants to know if you're a Marquez fan.
Me, yeah, I like Marquez, man. He just minds his own business and does his work. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he fucks with people a lot and qualifying and stuff like that, but the dude's stoic, man. Like, people could chirp in his ear and, could hate him, but he just shrugs it off, man, and just keeps on doing his work. Yes, there's some stuff that I disagree with the following and all that stuff, like, to each his own, but, man, the dude he's not bothered, which I'm a fan of, so.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, Chunky Buns she probably wants to know because she wants to take your money if you want to bet on it. Like we talk about her all the time, but basically she's got this basically she's got this bet that she goes, it's like $100 every weekend that he doesn't win. And then I think there's a Ricky-Bobby is $500 if it's championship, right?
Yep. Yeah. $500 for the
Dude,
championship.
she's I don't know if she's donating
Nobody's
all this
ever
money.
taken it.
Yeah, I don't know if she's donating this shit to Rotor Racing World Action Fund or whatever, but whatever it is, I think it's hilarious. You know, she's definitely not a Marquez fan. Bets against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Righty's telling you to take the bet repeatedly. Yeah. Hilarious. Yeah, she's an asshole like that.
Should we roll into the preview?
Yeah, let's roll into the preview, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about all the classes in MotoAmerica that you're not in. Because we already know the Superbike answer. You're gonna go and win the thing. Got it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other races. Are you gonna race a bagger at Laguna?
Yeah. I'll race the bagger at Laguna.
Oh, that was a wait. That was like a pause and a long sigh. Like,
yeah. Well, the bagger has been it's been a difficult year on the bagger. Just a lot of bad luck stuff. But we're back on the bagger. You know, I didn't think I was going to be in this position on the Superbike stuff. You know, but I gotta go out there and give it 110% on the bagger too. I'm in a weird position now where, like, you know, if I had to pick and choose, like I would like to just focus on the Superbike stuff, just because we're way out of the points on the baggers. Like, I don't think we've finished many races this year in the baggers. Like I said, just bad luck stuff. But I owe it to the guys to go out there and, you know, to give it 100%. So, yes, I gotta, you know, basically keep my word and go out there and give it 100%.
right on. Yeah, so you're not gonna like mail in one to focus on the other?
No, as much as, honestly, to be completely true, like I should, you know, that would be the smart thing right now. I'm just being completely honest. Like, I have two obligations. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think I was going to be leading the Superbike championship right now, and, you know, and we were racing the bagger to try to win the championship. We're so out of the points right now of the bagger. You know, I've always wanted to be a Superbike champion. You know what I mean? Like, that's always been my goal this is why I raced. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
now we're out of the points of the baggers. I should be focusing more on Superbike, but like I said, I'm gonna live up to my obligation and give it 100% in the baggers. I still enjoy riding the bagger, and I got a good crew behind me, and we're gonna go out in Laguna and do our best.
Plus, it comes with a cool nickname, right? Bagger Bob.
Bagger Bob. Yeah, Bagger Bob. It is great.
I mean,
and the leathers are, Bagger Bob and leathers, it just goes. Yeah, we're gonna go out and try to redeem ourselves in the baggers.
I had a nickname called Bobby Bags in the Air Force.
Bags.
Ricky
Bobby says Bobby Bags. Oh, that was your nickname.
That was my nickname.
Oh, yeah. Ricky-Bobby's
10 years ago.
10 years ago was Bobby Bags. That's because he was bagging groceries.
No, it's because I took too many bags on the C-17, so I just carried a lot of shit with me.
John Righty says that the bagger challenge still pays $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. I haven't seen a nickel of that in a while. I haven't even been in the shot. I haven't even been competitive to even sniff that 5K.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
like, what's it like? What's it like having to race two completely different motorcycles like that on one weekend?
Well, Hayden Gilliam would say it's easy. He's been doing great. Yeah. But honestly, I'm used to it. To be fair, I'm used to it, but it's still not like just racing one bike. You know what I mean? It still takes me a lap or two to get going each time I get on there, because they're just so different. But it's still pretty. It's a motorcycle, damn it. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I put myself in this position, and I can't cry about it, and I just got to go out and ride it.
It's a motorcycle, damn it. That sounds like a shirt.
Yes, that is a shirt. We'll put it up with
Yeah.
their Stackter and
Stacked her.
Booby-Yay.
Yeah,
And
stacked her.
Booby-Yay.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Booby-Yay.
Booby yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll just put who said it underneath
It's a motorcycle, damn it.
Yeah.
That's perfect, man. Yeah, it's like Gagne when I asked him like what he thought between the Pirellis and the Dunlops. He's like, yeah, they're just different shade of black tire.
Yeah.
And it's round still.
Go out and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, go out and figure it out.
So,
all right. So what about the other classes, dude? I think Stock
Super Sport.
1000, Super Sport, Junior. Is Junior Cup at Laguna? I forget.
I think Twins is not. I don't think Twins are at Laguna. Maybe Junior Cup. I'm not really sure.
They got Super Hooligans.
And
Yeah,
then,
Hooligans and Baggers.
Hooligans and Baggers.
Yeah.
Stock 1000.
Yeah, the Hooligan was kind of exciting for a little bit at the Ridge. That was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was good. It was cool to see the Big Snake get up top. That was cool. So, Saddleman boys are going good. It was good to see, the Saddleman guys doing pretty good. They've been struggling a little bit on the Baggers side, so it's cool to them to see to bounce back on the Hooligan stuff.
Yeah, those guys are the Saddleman dudes are on the what the hell is that thing called at the Harley?
The Pan American.
The Pan American. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's like an adventure kind of GS. It's like a dirt bike thing kind of off road, and then they turned it into a Hooligans bike.
They hacked that thing up.
Yeah. It looks way cooler now.
Yeah, no, they look pretty sweet. They did a good job. Saddleman did pretty good. I mean, hell, even the Indians, they looked pretty sweet too. They have some cool looking bikes and stuff. But that racing's been pretty cool, and the 600's been exciting. You got
who's gonna take it?
The two Superbike guys up front. PJ and Skoltz. It's cool to see them battling it out, and it's been pretty.
Who's your pick? Who's the Fonger pick for Super Sport?
I'm friends with both of them. I just want to see some good racing. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see some good racing. I mean, it seems like Skoltz has the upper hand right now. You know what I mean? Like both of them are fucking phenomenal riders, and they're Superbike race winning guys. You know what I mean? And so it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna go down to the wire. But I know Skoltz is probably leading it by I don't know how many points now, but
I think it's like 10.
Yeah, I think Laguna's gonna be pretty exciting. I know both of them go pretty damn well there. So.
And this weekend's not one of those weird triple header weekends, is it? I don't think so.
No. Are we doing that still, or are they still doing that with the?
I never can remember until we get there.
Yeah, I thought we were racing 3 races on the Superbike up until like the other day.
Okay. See, I'm not the only one then. All right.
Yeah. But I guess the 3 Superbikes at Coda, which is going to be 1,000 degrees there, which I'm pretty stoked about. Yeah.
And all about the 3,000 degrees thing out there. Yeah.
So.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the year, I had PJ picked to just dominate that class, but that was before I knew that Skoltzy was in it. And that Strack team, they were kind of late. They kind of got like a slow start, I guess you could say.
Well, it's the Squidwinner guys, so.
Well, they got a slow start. I mean, you saw what happened at Road Atlanta, and I mean, they missed a bunch of practice sessions and qualifying and all that, and they still ended up on the box. And they've been basically winning since then, right? So, I don't know. I think it's hard to bet against Matt Skoltz winning everything, honestly. Like but it's a fight, right? Like it's definitely not easy. PJ's a beast.
Like I said, they're both damn good. I still wish both of them were in Superbikes. It's cool to have all the guys in Superbikes. Like hopefully one year all the guys who deserve to be in Superbikes could be in Superbikes. But they're doing a good job. Keeping the fight alive for each other. So.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to see both of those teams go to Superbike next year.
That would be really cool.
Right.
So.
Like have a Strack Racing R1 and a, like a high level Rahal Superbike Ducati. I mean,
the riders deserve it. I mean, I think the riders want to be in Superbike. No offense, Super Sport's awesome, but I mean, I think both riders want to be in Superbike. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in that position before, right?
Yeah. No, and it is great. Like I'm still racing a motorcycle, but as racers, we all want to be in the the big boy class. You know what I mean? We want to ride a Superbike. And that's what we all grew up wanting to do. And when you have to go back to 600s and you're still racing, and the field is stacked. Like there's so many good riders in that thing, but at the end of the day, whether you're winning or not, you still want to be in Superbike.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Facts. All right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yep. Only so many seats. So who's got stock 1000?
Yeah. Stock 1000 at Laguna, Bobby. What do you think? I think Captain Work Boots.
It's hard to bet against Hayden, man.
Yeah, Work Boots.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against Hayden. I know. I mean, I've raced Hayden for many years. I think he's one of the top 5 most talented guys in the pits. You know what I mean? And it's hard to bet against him. So
it's another guy that probably deserves to be on a Superbike, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A Honda
the highest paid rider in the pits right now.
I know.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Right? Maybe he doesn't want to go in Superbike.
Maybe not.
Maybe he doesn't, man. He's making so much money right now. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I always give him shit too. I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? All your money you're making, dude. Living in Kentucky, what are you living in a mansion right now? Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, there's some local guys, that always go good at Laguna. Bryce Prince is going to go fast, probably, and his whole crew, they're all pretty quick.
I was looking forward to seeing my buddy Wyatt Ferris be race there, but unfortunately things didn't work out. But I was really looking forward to having my good buddy Wyatt Ferris racing up front in Laguna.
Yeah, dude. Wyatt was on Bryce's team, and I don't know what happened, but I guess after Barber they kind of split, right?
Yeah, I don't know really the details.
Yeah, I don't either. I just know that
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate not to see Wyatt racing, and it's I know he tries hard. I know out of all people I know in the pits, he definitely works a full-time job and trains his ass off and does all the right things, and just kind of got the bad end of the stick. But yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah,
we'll see him there.
Yeah, maybe. What is it? Oh, obviously Uribe, right?
Yeah, Uribe's doing good. He's been picking up the pieces and he's been riding good. I see that team's doing a lot of testing. Every time I see it go on Instagram, I feel like that team's testing and trying to work and improve, which is great. So, yeah, I think the points, I don't know, the points have to be close after, Hayden's crash on Sunday, I think. I don't know how the points are, but, yeah, like I said, Uribe's doing good, and there's a lot of good guys, especially, like, I think there's a lot of, Laguna is a home track for a lot of stock guys,
Yeah.
So they might be a little closer there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's a lot of local super sport guys that are.
No, but I think stock 1,000. Yeah,
Brendan Kettleson.
Yeah, I know Kettleson, but I don't know if Kettleson's like. Well, Kettleson might surprise people there. Corey Ventura did impress a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing,
That'd be great if Kettle's going to do good.
Yeah.
He's a NorCal guy, and it'd be cool to, see him do good and just get himself in the mix.
Yeah.
John Friday.
What is he saying?
He's like, I wasn't gonna say it.
He wanted to, though.
I know he did.
He did. Kettleson's dad's probably watching this too, and like, he's like at his finger, and his wife keeps slapping the hand away from the keyboard. Right?
That's a good family. They're a good family.
It is, right?
Yeah, they're a good family. It's hopefully he does pretty good at Laguna. I mean, did he wild card last year? I don't remember if he did or not.
I think he rode the wrench bike last
did.
year.
He did,
Oh,
right.
that's
He
right.
rode
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Ranch
sorry,
R7
sorry.
thing.
He did. He was riding for our team on the R7. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but he'll be riding the 600 this year.
Yeah. The Roach kid's riding that bike now, right?
Yep, Jack Roach.
Yeah. I don't. I'm not really sure. Is there one more twin round at the New Jersey? I'm not really sure, but
I think so.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I don't think they're at
everybody's
Coda.
pushing. No.
No,
Could you
yeah, I
imagine
think
riding a
they're-
twin at Coda?
Yeah, forever down the back straight. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, down forever. So,
Yeah.
no, I think all the classes are going to be pretty exciting at Laguna. It's going to be cool. Hopefully, we get a big turnout. That'd be nice to get a good turnout. I'm not really sure the numbers, what it was last year and stuff like that. But obviously, since baggers and hooligans are going to be here, I think the fan base would be a little bit bigger.
All the brothers.
Just on my side of my family, would be a lot of people.
I talked to Chuck Axlin a week ago, I guess, and Chuck was telling me about how like Laguna was trending high, and they had to like open up camping 3 times, like get more or something.
That's great.
So I mean, that's a positive sign. Oh, Mike C says twins are at Coda, not Jersey.
Oliver Anthony
really?
coming in with the facts.
Okay.
Wow, dude. Oh, that's Oliver Anthony?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's that dude. He rides on he's the Robum engineer guy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So Bobby Fong, not Ricky.
That'd be great.
So Bobby, this guy Mike C in the comments, he's the dude that's on the Robum team. What's his name? Anyway, looks exactly like Oliver Anthony. Like exactly. Like red hair, bushy beard, the whole bit. I'm like, bro, tell us all about Richmond and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, dude. Thanks for that info, Mike. Appreciate that, dude.
We don't know shit over here. What are we doing? We don't even know.
No, we don't. Dude, this show. This show has no agenda. That's the beauty of it.
We're over here. You don't even watch Moto3. We're talking about GP. You don't even watch GP.
I watch GP.
We're over here. We're not even. Yeah, we don't even know how many races are at Laguna. If twins are going to be
Dude, you don't even know how many races are at Laguna, and you're racing, asshole.
What are we doing here?
Exactly.
I don't know. The mic doesn't even work. I mean,
and yeah, you can't hear shit that Ricky-Bobby is saying. Like, wow, dude. Yeah, it's a total shit show here.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Well, that was awesome.
Well, this podcast is sloppy as fuck. Thanks, World Traveler. Appreciate that, dude. We are the unprofessionals. Clearly. One of us talks through a shower head, right?
Yeah.
One of us is got Taco Bell internet in a van.
I'm over here giving carbon monoxide poisoning to my buddy in his house with the van running, the garage open. Outside because his Wi-Fi shit. Yeah.
Wow, man. Okay, so let's go to the comments real quick. Cody Krager. He's mentioning that Superbike Unlimited just tested their Superbike R1 at Atlanta recently.
My buddy Jason Waters tested it. Yeah,
Jason Waters was testing it. Hopefully they're going to be at Coda to race the thing. Is Waters going to race it at Coda?
No, he said he was a guest, and I said change the gut to t because he was a test rider because he was getting feedback. So
yeah, okay. So I guess Superbike Unlimited might be joining the circus, Bobby, and Superbike. What do you think?
That'd be great.
With
more
the good electronics.
Honestly, it's cool to see people, fast guys, and good teams and good builders, teams, and just coming in the class, man. It's exciting. It's good for the sport.
All right, and then let's see. Looking at comments, there's a lot of shit talking between the commenters, which is really funny.
I love it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. John Wrighty is confirming the R7 thing, not the 600. Is Bobby going to put the Stockton slap on the baggers and Superbikes? What's the Stockton slap?
Hey, I want to know what that is. The Stockton slap just won. Just won this past weekend. He just won.
What's the Stockton
if anybody
slap,
watched
dude?
fighting, the Stockton slap. So basically, Stockton. Okay, so Nick and Nate Diaz. If you follow fighting, any fighting, there's these two knuckleheads from Stockton, great fighters, big shit talkers, and yeah, they're just fighters / boxers, and they're always saying, on TV, Stockton, Stockton, Stockton. So that's how why people know Stockton is because these two guys are just shit talking all over the world, and just mentioning putting Stockton on the map. So anyways, there's this fight where I think it was Nate basically slapped this dude. Basically, didn't even sock him. It was just he slapped him. And slapped him like he was a little bit.
We're laughing because that whole thing that you just said was like your Taco Bell internet coming back out, and it was like choppy as fuck.
Well,
and now you're shaking your head.
Basically,
yeah. But it's the show,
it's all good,
right? Okay, so Anthony Miller wants to know, Tony wants to know, what do you think about the upcoming MotoAmerica Junior Spec class? Do you think it'll develop some riders for? Yeah, it's like a Kramer thing, right? Yeah. Do you think it's going to help develop some riders for Moto3, Moto2, MotoGP, like the Asia Talent Cup?
I don't know much about it, really. If you could hear me correct, if you could hear me, I don't know much about it. I mean, hopefully it does. That'd be great. Yeah. Like I said, we need more Americans to go over there and show their talents and stuff. But I don't think it's a lack of talent. I think it's just the opportunities which Americans are given over there. We're not short of talent over here. I think it's just the opportunities, just not the best opportunities. Always, timing and bike and it just tracks. I feel like American goes over there. I'm just giving an example of whatever, American goes over there during the middle of a season, any championship, and he struggles because he's getting used to a bike, a track, tires, team, the culture, everything. And then all of a sudden we're shit. We got no talent. Right. I don't know how that could change. You know what I mean? But
right.
I don't know. Hopefully it does, help this younger generation to go over there and at least have a fighting chance right off the bat. So,
yeah, that'd be cool. I mean,
yeah,
I keep hearing it's like 5 years. You got to submerge yourself into that for 5 years before seeing, the results of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Gigi did pretty good right off the bat. I mean, Bobier did pretty good. I mean, you got all these guys. I mean, Gigi and Bobier did damn good. Even the first year they were there. You know what I mean? And they weren't on the best equipment either. So.
Right. Yeah. And, before that, there was a couple other Americans that did all right too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, no, there's a lot, but just recently.
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
Talking
recently, no. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing Americans doing good. I'm just recently. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And then Trevor Watson for the winning comment that says, or even here, MotoAmerica can't even afford a pizza party at the end of the season. Wow. I think MotoAmerica gives away a lot of the money that they bring in sponsor-wise for all their prize money and stuff, right? And premier team money and all that.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that poo-poo MotoAmerica here and there because things aren't ideal for a lot of people and people make mistakes. And I'm not just saying this, but if it wasn't for MotoAmerica, we wouldn't have an American Pro Racing Series.
Right.
So, I mean, to be completely honest, everybody could talk all the shit they want. No offense to the comments. But I mean, I'm thankful because I'd be at home with my thumb in my ass if it weren't for MotoAmerica. So.
Or you'd be working a retail job for Dainese, right? You'd be like the manager of the store.
Damn salesman or doing something. Yeah, exactly.
So. Yeah. I mean, it is pretty rad. It's been experiencing some growth. There are some growing pains, that people complain about the app all the time, that kind of stuff. But I mean, you can pretty much on your phone watch all the races that have ever happened.
That's what I do.
They're
Right.
trying. They're trying.
Yeah.
Things aren't perfect. People aren't perfect. Life isn't perfect, and
Yeah.
they're trying. Shit happens. So,
Dude, they
Right.
brought Tony Hawk out to do a 2-up. That was awesome. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. They brought Tony Hawk out like 2 years ago, and it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean the reality is, I just saw a comment from Chunky Buns here, but DMG, you raced in that series too because you're old, basically, right?
yeah.
You raced DMG, like that program did a great job of kind of like hurting American racing, I think. And so MotoAmerica has stepped up and not only have tried to correct the wrongs, but make it better, right? And I think they've done a pretty good job. Or am I nuts?
Honestly, I have no complaints. I mean, even to be completely true, I was so oblivious to even the DMG side. Like, I was just stoked to race a motorcycle. You know what I mean? The only thing that sucked during DMG was the rolling start. You know what I mean? Like, I was so oblivious to what was going on, and like I didn't have to deal with registration or any of that shit. Like, I don't know. I just raced a motorcycle. They're all good to me. You know what I mean? But I know more of the people from MotoAmerica now, Chuck and Wayne and all them, I think they're doing a good job, but
you're right.
Some people have some negative things to say, but like I said, nothing's perfect and they're trying.
So Ricky-Bobby, you want to add anything, even though Bobby can't hear you?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I did bring my good buddy Jeff Catlin to MotoAmerica race in 2021. And he had never been to a motorcycle race, huge NASCAR / sprint racing fan. And he happened to like really dig this one rider who he thought had awesome style. And it happened to be that guy.
Oh yeah,
Bobby. Yeah, he was like, dude, he is such a sick rider. He's just got really good style and all that.
So who was this guy?
My buddy Jeff.
Oh, okay.
My buddy Jeff. Yeah, he'd never been to a motorcycle race. I was like, hey man, let's go. Like, we're gonna go to Road Atlanta. And he went and then saw Bobby race, and he was like, dude, that's the guy I'm gonna be a fan of.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty cool, and they put on a great show. So I think they're trying. I really do think they're trying.
So Bobby, Ricky-Bobby said a couple years ago he brought a buddy of his to the races to MotoAmerica, and he said that watching it was the guy, by the way, is a heavy NASCAR fan, car guy, round guy, but he was stoked because I don't know, I guess you like made his experience better. He became like a Fonger fan. He probably has your T-shirt, He probably has a number. He probably has a number 50 tattoo on him. He's that kind of fan now. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Honestly, it's cool to see. The fans are cool, man. Like anybody that actually like.
What's the weirdest thing you've autographed?
I had to sign a dude's lower back, a sweaty dude's lower back. Before.
Yeah, what? Tramp stamp?
It was more of a joke. Stamp. But it was like I couldn't really say no because it was just there.
Wow. That's something, man. I wonder if the dude got your signature tattooed on his tramp stamp.
I don't know, man. It was right near his back patch.
He turns around and he's all, Bobby Fong signed right there.
Yeah. This is at Mid-Ohio. in 07.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
He's like, check out my Stockton slap.
Yeah, I was just a child, man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
That's terrible. One step away from bobbing the Fong. Wow. Wow. That's this fan base.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Chunky Buns.
There's so much cool shit.
Like, how old are you now, Bobby? You're 32. 32.
Just a kid.
Everybody thinks I'm fucking 40 because I've been racing professionally since I was 15.
It's not the gray hairs.
I have no grays.
I'm just giving you shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm laughing too.
Like, I have no grays.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not old enough to be off his lawn.
Yeah, you're not old enough to yell at people to get off your lawn yet.
No, not yet.
Wow. Well, dude, best of luck to you this weekend, huh?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll go out and
dude.
try to do my best and try to get some more points.
Yeah, try to get some more points, like all of them.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Like, that's where everybody's going out to try to win, but it would be cool to do it in front of my family. It's a lot of people's home race, but I have a lot of damn family coming this race weekend. All of a sudden, I'm doing good. Now they want to come. So
who's gonna pull the
get a win, or a podium's cool too, but we want to get those 25 points.
Who's gonna pull the corkscrew move this year?
What's he flapping his gums about over there?
Oh shit! I forgot you can't hear him. He was saying like it's hard. I'm not used to this. This is so funny. No, he was saying who's going to pull the corkscrew move this year. Kind of like Cam P and Petrucci a while back.
And Cam P and Baz.
Dude, honestly, the top 10 guys are all aggressive. We are all so aggressive. We're all friendly off the track, but we're just aggressive, man. Like, it's just, well, I'll pull it on my best friend. I'll pull it on my mom on the corkscrew. You know what I mean? It's for a race win. Like
that's another
they'll
t-shirt.
do it to me. They'll do it to me. Like everybody's gonna be aggressive. Everybody's gonna try to keep it clean, but and we're gonna shake hands when we're off the track. I mean, that's just part of the game. I mean, we're all cool off the track, but we want to beat each other. So
yeah, Rafael
I think it's gonna be a lot of passes like that.
Rafael Pacheco commented that you and Heron are going to be the corkscrew move this year.
Hopefully none of us have to worry about that. Hopefully either one of us has a gap on the last lap, because I'm sure he'll do it to me or I'll do it to him, one of the two. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, you know what? Thanks for jumping in and joining this show, man. Appreciate you, and appreciate all the fans for commenting and all that.
Awesome. We had a lot of people.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for having us. Sorry about the coconut wireless service, and
cricket.
Yeah,
jitterbug.
Coconut, cricket, same shit.
Yeah. Bobby's got the jitterbug and the showerhead mic, so all good there. Best of luck to you this weekend, and appreciate you jumping in and talking shit with us from your van.
Yeah. You're welcome. You owe me.
Right on, dude. Yeah.
You owe me. Yeah. So.
Somebody says the Fong slap. #Fong slap. I'd pull it on my mom. Wow, dude.
Listen, hey, go Google the Stockton slap, and you guys will get all the education you guys need.
I'm
doing
that. Right on. Well, I think this is it, guys. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, peace out. Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Cool.